Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're doing well. So I want to mention before I get into the intro of this video that this is going to be the last week that I do 2 videos a week. I usually do them on Mondays and Wednesdays. I decided to do that over my holiday break because I had time and I figured I might as well kind of grow my YouTube channel a little bit, which was very successful, so thank you. But now I'm going to be doing only 1 video a week again because school is starting again. So this week I will have today's video, Mondays, and Wednesday's video up, but then next week I will be going back to doing videos on Mondays. So it's just the way it is. School comes first for sure because it's so hard. So yeah. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to cover up acne flawlessly. I have had acne ever since I was probably like 12, and I'm 20 years old now and I still have acne, obviously, as you guys see in my videos. But throughout the years I've discovered products and techniques on how to cover acne flawlessly. I wish I had known these tips when I was in high school, so hopefully this helps some of you out there who maybe have acne and are insecure about it, or just plain old don't like it, like me, and want to kind of cover that up. So I hope you guys are interested in seeing this video, and if you are, then just keep on watching. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. First thing I want to say is that unfortunately, I'm breaking out a little bit, but not as much as I wanted to be. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but I wanted this to be a really good example of how to cover up acne, whether you have a lot or just a little, and I just have a little bit today, just kind of on the sides of my chin, where I usually am breaking out. So yeah, obviously the first step in covering up any acne is putting down a base. So I've already put on a primer. I use the Glossier Priming Moisturizer, which I find is just really nice and hydrating for anyone's skin, especially during this time where it's just dry. My skin is dry. So I'm going to be using this Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth Foundation. This is definitely the lesser discussed Fit Me foundation, but I like it a lot. I purchased this the first time the other day, and it just has really nice, it just looks really nice on the skin. It is more dewy. Something else that I actually found pretty funny was that I have the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation also. And what's funny about it is I have the same shade in both these foundations, but the shades are completely different, which it just goes to show you, It's just funny. This one is a lot darker. I wish I could brought the other one to compare. This one is a lot darker, which is surprising since it's still really light, but I kind of like the way this one makes my skin look a little bit better. It makes it look a little bit more alive and a little bit more glowy, which that's what it's supposed to do, so it's doing its job. So if you have a lot of acne, obviously you're going to want to buy a more full coverage foundation. However, I want to make this video for those of you who maybe didn't want to wear a full coverage foundation. And I don't know, because full coverage foundations sometimes are just, it feels like too much on your skin, and I totally agree with that. I don't want to wear my Hourglass Vanish Stick foundation every day. So that's just an example of a full coverage foundation. So yeah, sometimes I just like to wear a light or medium coverage foundation. So that's mostly what this video is for. It would be easy to probably just wear a full coverage foundation and call it good with that. But I mean, some of you, myself included, probably sometimes don't want that heaviness that full coverage foundation gives you. So that's what this video is going to be about. Wearing a medium to light coverage foundation and still covering up acne well. Okay, so I'm going to show you my progress after every step. So you guys can still see those 3 little dots right there, kind of. They're a little bit red still. Over here, there's just a little bit of spotting, and that really is it. So, if you have a little bit of acne, sometimes the foundation just covers it up for you. But I'm going to show you a couple more ways to cover it that'll make it even more unnoticeable. I do also want to mention that this little routine is not going to eliminate the texture of the acne. That's the more difficult part, and definitely the more frustrating part is that there really isn't anything you can do about the texture that acne kind of gives. Obviously, my bumps right here, they're raised, and you're not going to be able to really cover that up. But this is a way to cover up the redness or whatever of the acne. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a concealer on them. So I'm going to use my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Fair. This actually may be a little bit too light since this foundation's kind of dark for me. Oh well, we'll see. Okay, so that's that so far. And then just use your beauty blender and just kind of blend it in. I hope you guys can see this as well as I can, but this is still red. And this is the kind of acne that I'm talking about, the one that you put on foundation, you put on concealer, and it still is red. So let's fix that, shall we? So I'm going to be taking a little bit of RCMA No Color Powder right here on a little, just a powder brush, and I'm powdering over where I put my acne, or where I put my acne, where my acne is. Or wherever I put that concealer, just to kind of set it and make it not tacky. Okay, and this next step is the step. It's like, the day I discovered this trick, I was like so done with acne. Like I didn't, I figured I could use it now all the time and I didn't really need to, have my acne on display. It was so easy to do, so I'll show you guys that. So this product I originally bought as an under eye brightener by the recommendation of xoxo here on YouTube. She uses this all the time under her eyes and I bought it to brighten my under eye area. I thought it was a little bit too cakey to really just like put all over my under eye area, so I kind of just let it sit in my makeup drawers for a while and just kind of, not do anything. And then one day I kind of was like reading the packaging and I was like, oh, this is a powder concealer? So I decided, why don't I try this on acne to see if it covers pretty well. Oh my gosh, it changed my life. Like honestly, this stuff is so good. This is the BareMinerals concealer. It's a powder concealer and I have the shade Well Rested, but obviously get a color that's good for your skin tone. So this is more of a yellow one because it's meant to be an under eye brightener, but this works so well for me as a concealer. So what I like to do is take a tiny little brush like this. This is a Wet n Wild angled liner brush. Take any tiny brush you have. Morphe has a bunch of tiny brushes. Real Techniques does. Heck, you can even use your finger. So I'm just kind of dipping into the top of this product here, topping off the excess, and then going in with my acne. Let me zoom you in really quickly. Zoom up with my brush. Okay. Hello. I mean, that just does the trick so well. So let me just see if there are any other spots. So I'm gonna put my lip right here. Okay. So that basically is it. Like, do you guys see any redness anymore? Because I don't. I love this stuff so much. So basically, put on a foundation. It doesn't matter what kind of coverage foundation you're using when you're using this concealer because it's full coverage. Like I said, it's too much to brighten the under eye area in my opinion, but if that works for you, then don't stop doing it because it works obviously. So put on a foundation, use any kind of coverage concealer. This is pretty full coverage, but as you guys saw, it still didn't cover up the redness that was brought on by my acne. And then just use this product. It's so good. And I used to like hate videos that were like, oh, you have to buy something to make it work. But I think this is so worth it. If you maybe are insecure about your acne or maybe just don't want to show your acne like me, like a lot of people don't. So yeah, the last thing I'm gonna do is just kind of set this with a setting spray. This one is from e.l.f. It's the Mist and Fix or Mist and Set makeup setting spray. I decided that I am kind of ambivalent toward this product. I don't really have a love relationship or a hate relationship with it. I just, it's kind of neutral. It doesn't really do anything for me, but it's not bad either. So yeah, I do think it's a little bit more dewy than other setting sprays. And one thing that I do like about it is that you can actually see through the bottle. You might be able not to see it. You may not be able to see it from the camera, but you can see through it, so you can tell how much product you have left. One of my biggest pet peeves is using my Urban Decay setting sprays and just one day running out, you know? So I love that this is see-through. So I'm gonna go ahead and just set that area. So basically just setting it is going to ensure that it's not going to go anywhere throughout the day. And it's also gonna soak up any extra powder. So your, you know, it's not gonna look like you covered up your acne with like a million layers of product. So yeah, so I really hope you guys found this video helpful. I think, like, look, if you look at me, you wouldn't really know I had acne unless you were looking directly at the spot and thinking there's texture, because you really don't see any redness. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope it was super helpful. I think I'm going to start doing a series on my channel, like maybe like Makeup 101, like tips that I've kind of learned throughout the years of just like trying different makeup products and different application skills. So maybe I'll do that, I don't know. So yeah, have a great day and make sure you like and subscribe this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!